All right. Muting. So I'm gonna send a video on a lesson I did quite a few years ago. Really silly intro. Um, trying to trying to be more interesting in the YouTube lessons. Anyway, hopefully it's not too cringy, but it goes into pretty good detail on how to mute. And one of the things I can tell that's happening is your right hand, it's way too far over this way. You need to scoot it over here. So a great way to make sure that your hand is in a good place to do the muting, pick directly over your neck pickup. So yeah, you're so far this way that you're not making contact with these unused strings. So you need to move your hand over this way to maintain contact with these strings. So yeah, I'll do my best to remember to include a link to that lesson in the email, including this video. But yeah, that's the main thing. You need to move that hand over. So let's get to this guy. So it's a bit longer than usual. And in fact, let's just have you play through it twice at the end instead of 4 times. Yeah, that's basically just playing the same thing twice here, same thing twice there. This is a 3/4 time signature, but timing wise, treat it just like a 4/4, meaning just your eighth notes or eighth notes, quarter note. You just got 3 beats per bar instead of 4. So it's just 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3, and that's it. So with this one, got to make sure that we keep the picking correct. So always going down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. So what can be tricky for a lot of people is making sure that we don't do any accidental economy picking. That's what I like to call it. In other words, we don't want to have 2 downstrokes in a row. We don't want 2 upstrokes in a row. So with it's always going between like an ascending and then the descending. So the ascending part, you got your down, up, down. So you got to go past the E string in order to hit an upstroke on the E string. So down, up, down, up, down. And then the other way, down, up, you have to go past the B string so you can hit that downstroke. So down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. So yeah, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. All right, here we go. Number 1, 60. Turn the volume a little bit. All right, 1, 2, 3. Now, if I have my hand way over here, listen to what happens. I already get noise. Now watch. See that? As soon as I move that hand over and cover the strings, all that noise goes away. All right, 120, 1, 2, 3. $180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. $240. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. With the repeat, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, figured maybe we should do something like this. And I'm gonna go clean here, no distortion. So, when people are working on getting the chord stuff down, I always recommend, well, maybe not always, I highly recommend do some arpeggio stuff. This way you can hear all the notes, make sure everything is held properly, and of course just metronome that up. I noticed that in your video doing the B minor bar chord, sometimes that may have been giving you trouble, so that's what we're going to focus on here, getting to that B minor chord. So when doing this, the rhythm here, you got your 1 and 2 and 3, and then that last note there rings out for 2 beats. Something you can do is not let that final note of the bar ring out for 2 whole beats. You can go like this. You can go 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So on beat number 4, you start switching to the new chord. So, matter of fact, let's actually program it like that so you see it that way. So when you do something like this, it'll makes it a bit easier to get into the new chord, and as you go faster and faster with the metronome, that gap changes, or the gap closes on how long you're waiting to get to that new chord. So eventually you can get something like this going fast enough that you're not even noticing that rest anymore. But yeah, having like a rest in there like that, I think it can be really helpful to help ease into chord change stuff. So any chords that you might be having difficulty with, you can apply this idea, or just let me know what chords or chord you're having trouble with, and we can do some stuff to help with that. Because this is just the first idea, but we can certainly do more things like this to help out if you like. Yeah, so the B minor, A minor, back to B minor, C add 9, and B minor. So I'm going to definitely use that rest symbol to start moving into the new chord. So I'm going to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 and 3. Switch the chord. 1 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 and 2 and 3 and 4 and done. 120. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try 180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, I goofed it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll try 240. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. No. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Woo! Goodness. All right, let's slow that. Let's do 160 with the repeats. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So doing that bar chord can certainly become painful. Having to really use a lot of thumb muscle there. Something that can be helpful is, you got to use your arm here on the body of the guitar and basically try and keep it there while you pull with your arm the chord in. So instead of thinking like always squeezing it for the bar chord, you can actually pull your arm in to get a bit more oomph. But yeah, if you don't hold the guitar's body, it'll just, pull away from you like that. So that's something you can try to get the bar chords better if you start to really feel your hand fatiguing. Practicing this, yeah, I'm sure it will. It'll happen to anybody. All right, hopefully that helps, but let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you again next week.